Hi everyone, I'm Anderson, and now we are in the CIIF exhibition, and we would like to introduce you our IoT partner, Bendix. So this is Ivan and Steve. Can you introduce yourself for us?
Yes, okay. Hello everyone. I'm Iman, and I'm from Shanghai Information Technology Limited Company. I take responsibility of customer needs and using software to take the problems. Yeah, that's my part.
Okay, so I'm Steve. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm a software engineer, and I can show some ideas about our how to make the software and how to talk to our customers in the following process. Yes, thank you.
So Ivan, can you help us to introduce what does Bendix do?
Yeah, Phoenix is a company specializing in the data collection business and determines to create a transparent factory for enterprises, and eventually he can improve the efficiency of personnel and equipment utilization.
Yeah, so unlike other companies, that you focus on the data collection and maybe for data acquisition. Can you tell us why does Bendix work for data acquisition?
Okay, that's a long story. Phoenix is a subsidiary of the Shanghai Lishine Automation Limited Company. Lishine is nominated as the first commercial agent of Mitsubishi.
I think for the Mitsubishi, that actually they focus on the automation part.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you are not only working for the automation, also working for the focus on the data.
Focus on the data collection, and it's have the maintenance of the such as the maintenance of the repair motor server for nearly 20 years. It's tightly responds to customer demands, and the ability to effectively solve the problems have got the majority of the users support and approval. And with all this advantage in NC area, I believe we have the confidence ability to take any problem in the data acquisition of the NC communication. Yeah.
So how to make good use of data acquisition?
From where I stand, I think this is a big problem. I think that there's two ways to make it. First is the smart manufacturing, and second is the mass customization. Firstly, I want to introduce the smart manufacturing. The equipment and the production line will be equipped with sensor to capture data, and then through wireless communication connected to the internet, the production can be production can be used to monitor real-time information of the production. And the data produced in the production can be also used, processed, and transmitted, and feedback into the production itself. And eventually, the factory becomes an intelligent network that can be managed and adaptively. Yeah. And I will take the example. When the equipment operates, the natural wheel and chair will make a certain change in product quality. And with the science of technology, the real-time data can be acquired through the DA or our Phoenix and this technology. And we know what kind of fault the part has, and we actually need the accessories. So all the factors in the production process can be precisely controlled, and we can achieve the intelligence of the product. And I want to say the second part, the mass, it is the mass customization. Firstly, to realize the customer needs, it requires the manufacturing readiness to produce products that meet customers' preferences. But on the other hand, it's very essential for the customers to provide to have the customized needs. And with because of a large amount of people, and his data is very large and constant change, and coupled with constant change in demand, I think it's very constitutes a lot of data.
Mm.
The interaction and transaction behavior between the enterprises and the customers will also generate a large number of data. Mining and analyzing this customers' dynamic data will help the customers to participate in the product design activities and product design innovation activities. Yes.
Okay, so we will use the data analytics to help your customer to do the mass customization. Yeah, collect data and analyze, and then to improve their next product.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what's your main product except for the data acquisition?
Okay. I think we have a set of software that tracking the views of situation factory. NDA should for the mentioned data analysis can give the run, idle, and the error message report of the seed. And it can query a detailed report of the machine for a period of time. And I think it's the most intuitive way to query. At the same time, it can also analyze and the output and productivity of the designed production sector and the designed equipment and personnel to help the managers better conduct the performance assessment. At last, a leadership in a company can make target management measures to help the enterprises improve the efficiency of the product. And to speak of the NDI, I want to talk another product about our Phoenix software. Its real full name is DNC, Distributed Numeric Control. And it can store and manage program that is transferred from the server to the machine instead of traditional way of USB. And there are many ways to call the programs in DNC, such as the the activity transmission, the network code transmission, and the barcode, and so on. And the system has a lot of functions with unique extensions that other programs cannot be compiled, such as program comparison and the simulation of two pairs that help the customer calculate the time of processing and help the customers to have the preview of the two pairs.
So you introduce a lot of functions. Can you give us some typical cases?
Okay. From where I stand, SpyCycle is my I most wonderful case. With SpyCycle, as all we know, is a leading provider of the STEAM system solutions. SpyCycle is often a name that comes to mind firstly when engineers around the world think about the STEAM. Yes, when they use our problem, use our Bandix software, he can have the machine status like the idle, run, and others like the efficiency or the task, and all this can be acquired through the MDC, our MDC and DX technology. Yeah, and it can help the management staff to have the overview of the whole industry and the decisions can be made rapid and scientific. To speak of this, I have to refer to another customer, Shimano. Its main business is distribution and production of the fishing boats and the bicycle components. The highlight of the product is to make the visualization of the order and material, process, and people, and so on. And so it's very possible to decrease the work of the customers or the employees and increase the efficiency of the production. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for introducing us this two use case. So maybe, hey Steve, can you help us to provide what's the comment of your customer after using your product?
Well, what I impressed that Gili, a factory director, he made a comment on product, and in with our experience, worked in our expanding system, combined with production, automation production line. He said it breaks his production, statistical something like approach, and with fast and precise data connection, and it really help the manager to know the situation very well and rapidly. And all the statistical machine and output and processing, efficiency and allow information that are all grabbed by our systems, and therefore I think output rate and processing equipment filling and so on to are all shown to help the local spot to deal with the magic management in in time and develop the work efficiency and the automated level of management in any workplaces quickly. And another case from Hona, I think they said our data connection, is pretty great, real time and precise. Using our visual board, it can really tell us the, production abnormal situation. It really makes a records of all the abnormals of machines and approaches. It provide something like reliable evidence for Hona and offers also the rows of approaches to deal with machines like that. And I think it's really, they prove a very good, work efficiency for them. Besides this, I think our partners can, analyze other, situation like analyze the machine activation, production bit processing, parameter output, and so on. Model dimensionally, I think, and our Bandex also can, help a production department, to ensure the production to, make the it on the way orderly. Yes.
Okay, so Bendix not only provide the data connection but also connect with I think for the MES and also connect to EIP to help the manager to do the decision and then improve the product line efficiency. Yeah. So with this sport data, what will your company to break through in the future?
Yeah. Okay, I think when the developing of the internet gets to certain size with the help of something like barcode, QR code, IFID, and first, and it can really identify the product like sensor, video capture, and so on, and it really finishes the data connection and the analysis in the real time with this data supporting, and we could make smart cities, smart traffic manager, smart traffic treatment, and a smart environment. And I think with this, I think that all the data is living for those smarts. And like this. With this, I think they could have figured out the society issue, business issue, and technology and science issue. We also can expect to see a trade. It is like for the data people, for the data people oriented. And with in brief, I think it makes a record of that moment when people were born led to now with this you think with precise your think, and it could store all your information and we can use it. Let me send an example for you. If uh, creating a person data, something like personal data scanning and put this life daily life, like body pictures and society network, knowledge ability, something like that, and the happy, disease, emotion, and so on, and it is very great for us, I think. So as you see, all are beautiful, but have you thought about it? When we get this, well, our freedom gonna be lost. I don't know how to describe, but I think when you how can I say that? When a new thing come to our daily life, at the same time we could something it's a how can I say explain it? It also brings something like a disease.
Mm-hmm.
For example, in the past, we the mobile phone was not so popular, and people would like to be together and talk to each other. But when it walk into our daily life, like especially the internet, people never talk to each other. They prefer to play with cell phone rather than stay with each other. Well, whatever. No one can deny the ages of for the data, and actually it is coming and it is changing us. I think, yeah.
So I think maybe after collecting all the data and the huge data will really change our daily life.
Yeah.
But still have some problem that we need to solve. So like, what kind of difficulty did you meet? And how did you conquer it? Like I think from the slide we can see that the start of a lot of difficult situation of the data acquisition.
Yeah, I think this is a very good question. I think, well, along the way, too many regrets, and I don't know how to express it, but as far as I remember, we are so passionate to every difficult we meet in our working days, and actually, our when our database is follow like this kind of situation, when our database is follow our data connection information, how can we make it fast to present the data to our customers? Um, like this, we could do the summarization of data ahead. It must be time operating. How in other words, I think we can't stop our time processing service. But if it doesn't work, how can we do it? We could and how can we make our data out of losing? But we have a script to find our last data bank and then restart it. And I think this is our secret to balance and correct our data. And then your following question is how to conquer our difficulties. This is I think it's very important because I think let me tell you, it depends on our team. I do believe everyone in our team is so responsible for our product. We trust each other, we help each other, and we share what we broke through in any difficulties. Like this kind of situation, when we got a very different problem, we will search a lot of information, all kinds of information on the internet or in the books, and then we will have a conference to talk about and pick the best plan to figure out. But if some of our team, fail to, work it out, we never blame them. What we always do is to encourage them to stand up and overcome it. Except this, I think the sense of trust in a team can conquer everything. The sense of trust, this plays an important role in the home team. Yeah.
Okay, okay. But I think for the data backup, you should try to use the QNAP NAS. We can help to protect your data. And then the data collection and data analytics will be this Bendix advantage.
We have been using the QNAP.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So because the Bendix is working on the data collection and data acquisition, but I'm wondering how can you connect with other systems? Can you connect with other systems to collect data?
Firstly, I want to say, we can adapt to whatever our customer asks. And generally speaking, we mostly got two ways to talk to our customers. One is web method. The other one is to let our customer to link to our database. It makes the record because of we are data connection, so we deliver the data to our database. And your company, I know, as far as I know, your company, some of your companies, product like manufacturing execution system, we could notice your company's this kind of product to grab the data from our database. Of course, we could also grab the data from our customers' database, or your product or our customer could provide web method for us to call. Yes. Whatever I just want to say, we have the ability to talk to the customer systems, and above all, we could also talk to other systems, in machine processing industry. Meanwhile, and I think our Binex could also communicate with other management systems such as ERP, WMS, and so on. Yeah.
Yeah. So from the conclusion, there's two ways. The first one is for using a network and API to connect with other third-party service, and then another one is using a database to do the data exchange.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, what's your company's advantage compared with other competitors? Yeah.
This. Firstly, I want to say, how to compete with. Yeah. I want to say. We are nominated, as the commercial landed by Mitsubishi, and we could use this to raise our reputation. After that, before we began our data connection, we have already worked for fixing machine for years, and we have the professional maintenance engineers, and I think we are one station service. They could fix the machine, modify the machine, and combine the machines. And I think most of our competitors only have the ability to software. And for Bandex, it is not only the ability for software, but also the ability for fixing hardware on machines. Yeah, and like this kind of situation, when we got a very difficult problems on data connection, we can make it using our data connection. Actually, I think our components can't either. So what should we do? And what is our actually no matter what happened, I think if we could figure out our customers' problems, we will win the game. So what is our secret recipe? It is, our professional maintenance engineers, because they could, change the machines till let our data connection to grab the data. Actually, no one, I think, as far as I know, our competitors can't do this because we change the construction of the machine, CNC, something like that. So finally, I really wanted to say, this is our perfect, unique, and particular advantage. Yeah.
Okay.
As a PowerPoint shows, as a PowerPoint shows our code technology of data acquisition. You can see that we have the overall and the connect and the Mitsubishi. We can have all the API integrated into one API, and this is our code technology. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So I think for the data acquisition, they still have a lot of things need to fix because from the API interface you need to connect with the others and then do the data schema to do the collection all the data and then do the analytics.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I want to say, because I focus on this industry, I want to say like ERP and like MES. Actually, these two products always they have no communication with each other, and actually it is very, I think it's they are conflict, because why? Something like, as far as I know, when ERP, he just make an order and ask the people to do something, but in a mess here, people something we have no material and something our machine was broken, something like this, and we gonna delay. So I think in most factory, this problem is still can't figure out, still existed, and I think in the future we should figure out this kind of problem, and we could make grass to make it, and this is I think it is very fit for our main project, first step 2 in the stream for 0.0 to achieve efficient production. Yeah.
Okay, so can you help us to introduce what Bendix will demo in the CIIF? Yeah.
What's the demo? Okay. We have the views of the Bendix system in outside, and we have the several modules such as the status of the machines and the efficiency of the machine, and other ones such as the report. It concerns about the efficiency of the machine, and message of the machine, and the others. So there are many modules in our Bendix system. Each one has its unique functions, and I think every factory users can use our Bendix system to better manage your factory, and improve your induction of the expansion system.
Okay, so you were in the demo booth, right?
Yeah.
So today we will introduce the Bendix and the solution. But welcome to visit us at the CIIF demo booth. Thank you.
Thank you.